So as promised, I was going to do a quick review of Bowtech's 2014 Carbon Rose. And I gotta say, this is one sharp looking bow. This one here obviously is being customized a fair bit. It's going to be Eva Shockey's new bow to use, so we put a lot of time and attention into how we set it up and the accessories we put on. And the result, as you can see in the Black Ops, which is an extremely popular finish in any of the Bowtech bows, goes great with just about any color you can think of. So that's always nice to be able to accessorize a bow and make it really pop like this one does here. A little bit on the specs. As mentioned, it is a brand new bow, specifically made for the ladies, the Carbon Rose. It's utilizing the Knight riser, which was the first carbon riser that Bowtech has introduced, and really impressive. Is really cool to have this kind of detail in a carbon riser. All the contours extremely smooth, and then the anodized purple highlights on it, obviously really a nice touch, along with the various carbon fiber, the cross weave finishes that you find in your cable slide and in your string stop. Obviously, one of the big advantages, and it's one of the things that they've touted about the Carbon Rose, is one of the lightest production bows at 3.2 pounds, and that is extremely light for a bare bow. So much so, in fact, that I had two of these bows delivered to me not too long ago, and one of the boxes was located at the door near my shop. And I actually thought it was an empty box. I didn't realize the second one had arrived. So 3.2 pounds is extremely light. It was quite funny. I'm glad I opened that box before I tossed it. So very light, and obviously that has its benefits for smaller statured shooters or women of a smaller size. Being able to hold that weight out there is made much easier. The carbon helps to absorb any of the shock that might make it through to the riser, so an added bonus there. In cold weather, particularly here in Saskatchewan, again, it's a huge bonus because it doesn't conduct the cold temperatures like an aluminum riser would. So those are just a few of the advantages that it provides. As far as improvements on the bow, the closest thing you can compare it to would be Bowtech's Heartbreaker. The draw cycles are very similar shapes to the cams themselves, with a few improvements on it. If you notice here on the Heartbreaker, before it was just basically a channel. So according to the draw length that you had on your module, you'd have to match up your draw stop with the corresponding number, and that channel kind of left room for some error. So what they've done here is they basically made it so the corresponding numbers for your module will line up exactly with your draw stop. There's no variance there, which is definitely a good thing. I think that's an improvement. The draw cycle itself is, I guess the best way to describe it is predictable. It's not a super aggressive draw, so that's a good thing. And it's just a steady build up to peak and a nice gradual rollover into the valley and your draw stop. So overall, very nice there. So as far as the weight, again, coming back to the weight translates, I thought this would be an interesting fact. 3.2 pounds bare. This bow, fully kitted out with all the equipment that you see on it here, including 5 arrows, so you could say, you know, ready to hunt, came in just around the 6 pound mark. So again, depending on your hunting style, if you are doing a lot of hiking with your bow, that's always a nice thing. Even being able to shave like a pound off the weight of your hunting equipment definitely adds up by the end of the day if you hunt hard and hiking is on the agenda. So this bow here is available in 40, 50, and 60 pound draw weights. It's available in draw lengths of 22.5 to 27 inches of draw, and the axle to axle is 30 inches. and the brace height is 6 3/4. So all in all, fairly compact bow, and the IBO is 302 feet per second, so more than adequate for hunting duty. And of course, with the carbon rose and those purple anodized components, certainly something that's going to appeal to a lot of the women shooters out there. And overall, just an excellent bow that'll no doubt do very, very well. So those are my initial impressions of the bow, and certainly Bowtech continues to put out real quality products, and this one in particular is going to have a real strong appeal for the women bow hunters out there.